Welcome to the Mediocre to Magnificent podcast. I'm your co-host, Braxton Matson, and your host, Lee A. Williams, and I just want to say thank you for tuning in because you are what makes this pure magnificence. You are the ripple effect of magnificence, and we are going to bring you a message that will give you insight, inspire you, motivate you, and challenge you to not only grow in your magnificence, but let you know that you are magnificent in everything you do. So stay tuned, you don't want to miss it. Lee, man,
Yes, sir.
we're back. It feels like I ain't seen you in forever.
Why does it feel that way?
Probably because it kind of has been like that.
Been a little bit, man.
I've had trip. You've had
We've had trips, man.
the magnificent living adventure going on.
Adventures.
It's been good though, man.
Yes,
It's good to see you.
Good seeing you,
But yeah, man. I got a question for you. Have you ever like
You got a question for me?
man?
Right
let's
off the
see.
bat?
Yeah, like
I'm not sure about this.
so me and Candace have been changing the eating like drastically.
Drastically.
Like
That's good.
I think Candace has been doing it for almost 2 months. I've been like kind of right behind her on that. And so we've been
Right
eating
behind.
pretty clean for me for about almost 2 months. It's been about a month and a half, but so we decided to change it up.
Meals are real, but
And meals are real, man. But have you ever had like a temptation? Like, do you got like a temptation type food where it's like, man, if I get near this, it's gonna be
if I
tough.
get near?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Like if you're at the park and they're grilling out and
Yeah.
you smell it, and then it just
Yeah.
takes you over the edge,
Yeah.
kind of?
Like, do you have a meal like that where it's like,
I wouldn't say it takes me over the edge. I have like meals that I like, and it's so funny when people, and that's where you know when you get to the real level of this
yeah,
is, if you say like, oh well, I want to have my thing is, and I'm not even gonna plant the seed because I don't want to tempt you now the way you're talking about, you know what I mean? Or one of the listeners, viewers. But then the way you'll eat it is not good. But then you'll switch your lifestyle, and then you'll make it the way you're able to make it now.
yeah,
But you still call it X,
right,
whatever X is.
right.
And it's
So
like,
basically, like a healthier version of it. Is that what
right?
you're saying? Okay.
Like let's make
I got you.
It's like there's no way that could be that, man.
Yeah,
Like why?
yeah.
What are you doing? So it's like, does it really do it?
Yeah.
Does it really solve it? Does it really replace it? Or are you just fooling yourself?
That's true,
The
man.
environment's strong in the will, and you're just biding your time to when you
Exactly.
give in to the temptation you're talking about.
And that's yeah.
But, I've been on the health
a long
meals are
time,
real.
man.
like really, and we're probably deciding to take it one more notch, but it'll be time will tell, right?
Right.
But yeah. So no, I can't say
You can't you don't have.
There has been
But
a
that's good, though.
stage in my life
Yeah.
that'd be like, oh, if somebody says nachos, we're
Right.
in.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
But
But you're at that stage
now
where,
it's just like,
which is good
you can't
because this brings up this
you
is
can't
kind of
do
what we're going
nachos.
to talk about because it's
like, without meat and cheese. How do
Yeah.
you eat nachos without meat and cheese?
right. Yeah.
Like,
So
we don't-
that's
like we don't.
that's kind of where we're
We're
at.
not
with
vegan
it.
nachos.
Like,
What is that?
Vegan nachos.
I mean, it's probably no
It's
disrespect.
healthy.
No disrespect to someone. It
It's
probably
healthy.
really is, but it's like,
But it's to a point,
nachos has always been defined as
Chips
like
and
ground
cheese.
beef,
Yeah.
queso,
Right.
sour cream,
Right.
and then you be like, well, I don't eat meat. I don't do dairy.
Right.
Well, you don't eat nachos, huh? This sounds you got some chips.
Yeah.
There's guacamole or salsa or something.
But I like how you put it though. It's like when you term it that way, it's almost like the temptation's still there,
right.
in a way. You know?
I mean that's why I said that because it's like, well, you just want to find a replacement.
Exactly.
So sometimes people will be like, oh, well, I'm just gonna choose the lesser of two
evils.
if you know anything about the lesser of two evils,
it's not
they're
good.
Both evil.
Yeah, right.
So
that's a good point, because that kind of
you just gotta get rid of it.
Yeah, and that brings me up because like we're dealing with like, so we went to Panama City.
Oh,
Panama City, and this was like 4 days, man. Resort.
Oh, you put yourself in the gauntlet.
Yeah. And so
because there's triggers.
There are triggers. There are a lot of triggers.
I mean, okay, but I'm saying like because sometimes people don't realize that. I will never forget when I went to an event in Martha's Vineyard.
Right.
And we had an activity, and they made a meal, prepared a meal, and they gave us some like dessert, eclairs.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
You cannot.
But all I'm saying is like you'll chase the eclair.
Yeah.
For the rest of your life.
Right.
But it wasn't the eclair. It was the experience.
Yeah.
It was the emotional tie to the experience and the
That's
time
good,
that I was having.
Yeah.
That now you want to eclair, and it's like, what is this?
No, man. Why do you want to eclair?
What is this crap?
There's a deeper level to it. Right. There's a deeper.
So it's so many.
Yeah.
So you might be like you already set the stage. I said, oh, you're the gauntlet. Panama City. Do you know what comes with that?
Yes, we do. So
do you know what comes with the beach?
So we were doing this for a while before the trip.
Yeah.
And I give kudos to Candace. I give kudos to Candace because Candace said this. She said, I think we need to plan our meals. I think we need to bring our meals.
Yeah, because if you don't,
and I'm like,
it's gonna bust you in the face.
In my mind, I'm like,
no, we'll be all right.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
We can figure it out. Like I was like, yeah, if you want to bring meals, eat healthy. You're not only that, you're saving money at the same time in a way. But I'm like, but it's more about eating healthy, because we know for a fact, there's stuff out there that it's just not going to be healthy for you. And so we set it up like this. We were going to like everything except dinner. We're going to prep for meals. Right?
Except
dinner. We're like, okay, we'll do the dinner thing. But we still got to eat healthy during it. We can't be splurging out on like hamburgers or something crazy like that. It's still got to be healthy. So that's what we did. We meal prep, man. And I give it to Candace. She laid out. I'm like, we need to do this every day. Like every week, one day out of the week, we need to prep.
Did y'all like take a cooler?
Yes.
Y'all had a kitchenette?
Yes.
Okay.
We had the coolers. The kitchen thing was already set up in the hotel.
Yeah, so you can.
So we meal prepped what we could.
Yeah.
For like breakfast, kind of snacks, and then lunch. And I'm telling you, sticking to that, man.
Felt good.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
I felt great about it, man.
We've
Because
been living that like that.
Because and that what's so funny about it was because we were having a conversation yesterday about it, and because I was telling her like this, we were talking about this week how it's been busy. We kind of been like kind of in limbo. Not like we've been eating bad on our diet or anything, but it's just kind of like ugh. And it's like we're thinking about like the meals, and we're like, it's like with the holiday, 4th coming up and everything, all that stuff. We're like, we got to stick with the plan.
What are y'all gonna do?
So it's like, we're not going to do that stuff, which is fine. But at the same time, it's like, well, now we just feel like we're weird, and a lot of people do feel like you're weird.
So you said you need to call.
And it's like, I don't care. Like, we don't care.
We know somebody.
And we brought it up. We're like, man, Lee and Erica, man, they're like, they've been doing that stuff.
They've been
like
you call them.
It's not a
They've
thing.
been weird for a long time.
But it brings what it does is it brings up like the scripture like 1 Corinthians 10:13, where it says, no temptation is overtaking you that is not common to man.
Not common to man, but
God is faithful, and he will not let you be tempted beyond your ability, but with the temptation he will also provide a way to escape, that you may endure it. So, like we're talking right now, the first thing, man, is know your triggers.
So how did y'all
you
make
gotta know
do
your
dinner?
triggers,
How did y'all
man.
do dinner? How did y'all figure it out?
So we did when we did dinner, it was gonna be it's gonna be some kind of seafood place, we know. But we would look at the menu beforehand. And we would see, like, if the kid, because we were like, well, the kids think we're weird anyway.
Oh, yeah,
but
they're not
they're not dealing
they're
with
not
that.
switching over yet.
But they don't eat that much anyway. But there's one meal out of the day that they're gonna want. I was like, okay, well, we'll take them out to eat what they want to eat. We gotta stick to the meal plan. So if they don't have anything on the menu, we gotta either figure somewhere else to go for us.
And when you say figure like have something on the menu, what's acceptable? What was acceptable at this stage of your journey?
It was anything that's not like nothing that's fried. Like we're talking about like grilled fish, baked,
roasted.
Vegetables, no fried fries, things like that. Vegetables, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I understand.
Which is that's where we're at with it. And so it was like, man, it worked, man.
Yeah.
That was the first real test. And then after
what
that,
was the trigger? What was like? Did something trigger? Was there a scent in the air? Like you?
Yeah. So it could be.
They're making funnel cakes at the.
Yeah, man. Because they did the slingshot.
They're making funnel cakes at the boardwalk. And you're like,
man. So you get around all that stuff, and it's like, but the thing is,
how do you think I knew this? Man?
Oh yeah, you've been there. Yeah, but that's the thing. You got to understand the triggers though, because it could be smells, it could be stresses, it could be you being tired, it could be bored, it could be all kind. You got to know your stresses. Experience. You have to know.
Every time we go to the beach, I get a
man. It's like, man, I'm gonna this is going to the beach. Like
where's my pina colada? Like, oh no, it's not. We don't do that no more.
But not only that, like we even did our movement, man. So like every three out of the 4 days, we walked on the beach in the morning. Did a mile. That's all we did, and then chilled out at the resort on the beach. And that was a solidification. It's like, hey man, yeah, you can overcome a temptation. You can. It takes.
So how are you gonna deal with the peer pressure of your family? Like you said,
I feel like
force coming up. They're gonna be barbecuing. They're gonna be like, hey,
that kind of goes into the next thing. It's like knowing your standards.
And they're gonna like pass it off like, I can't believe what you mean.
Right.
Like, how old are you? You been eating this since you were kids. What?
But that's so true because it's like you got to know you got to stick to your standards. You got to know what the standards are, and
Do you tell them ahead of time?
Oh yeah, no, we already told them.
You go there and then
we've already told them.
So you put them on notice.
Yeah, like
hey, by the way,
because we're trying to figure out who's bringing what and all
don't
this
get an extra rack of ribs because we're not eating.
Yeah, it's like what's bringing, who's doing what.
We're bringing salad.
It's like if we bring anything, it's gonna.
We're bringing a vegetable dish.
Right.
We're bringing a fruit platter.
Or we'll just eat beforehand, and then be there.
Is that serious?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'm just asking.
Like, we can do that. We've done that where it's like, level you're at. Where it's like, well, if we're not gonna eat there, or we're not gonna have anything to bring there, and everybody else is doing their own thing, well, we'll just eat at the house, or we may take it with us. It depends, but and then just spend time. Because that was another thing, man. Like eating, it's becoming like a social thing. It's a social thing, and it's like. There's so much more you can do.
Live to eat or eat
There's so much more you can do than do that.
You can fellowship a lot of different ways, playing games.
Yeah.
But there's breaking bread's a thing, man. You like people are offended.
Oh yeah.
What do you mean you don't want none?
Right.
What do you mean you're not eating? No, I mean I've lived a long time.
It can be. Yeah, it can be.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
You're not welcome back. Get out of here.
You've had that happen, man?
Are you prepared? How you said you said you're setting your standards. How, I just want to see like are you ready?
What's the preparation?
What level are you ready? Like get out of here, man.
Well, yeah, that's a good thing.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Because I mean, like God, like to me, you setting your standards is what makes you
rooted in your purpose. So if you don't have your standards up to par, your purpose can get a little skewed. And like God's given us things to follow, and it's more for a refining process, in my opinion. Not just for us to just follow this guideline. It's a refining process.
Yeah.
And
we're called to be set apart, man.
Yeah.
Kodashim.
So you can't, it's kind of like, are you going to compromise for a momentary satisfaction, or trade your progress for pleasure? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, that's where's your standards at on that kind of stuff?
Where's your standard?
Like, you got to ask those questions.
So, I mean, I don't want to do it like that, but the enemy knows.
Yeah.
Are you already familiar with because you asked me about my meal or my circumstance or whatever.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with yours?
Right. Yeah.
No,
that's.
I remember my family came to town. I was probably in between like 15 and 18.
Yeah.
Don't hold me to the time. They went to an all-you-can-eat buffet. You understand what I'm telling you? Like, I'm just saying this not to say that I haven't had ups and downs and been all over the spectrum.
Right.
Okay, so I'm just giving you. I've been through the spectrum. Okay?
Yeah.
But I was at the all-you-can-eat buffet and didn't eat for where I was at in my life at that stage. So I said between 15 and 18. I'm 42, man.
Yeah.
And it's not to say, oh, well, look at you. No. It's just to say what circumstance.
Right.
You asked me the question, but what's the question? What's the answer for your?
Right.
Like, what is your trigger? What is your circumstance? What is your like? Well, it'll be okay. You heard the voice I'm using, right? Mm-hmm. You won't surely.
Well, you gotta, and that's so true. You gotta know what your circumstances are, like where you came from.
It's just the forbidden fruit that you're not supposed to eat.
But that's so true, man. Like, you have to.
So you were able to you passed the test in Panama City.
Yeah.
Well, you passed the test at the barbecue at the fort.
Right.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? But then you say, let's fast forward.
Right.
I've lived it. You're at another holiday that I'm not going to name. You know the American one. Mm-hmm. Gluttony might be attached to this one.
Right.
Do you win then?
Yeah.
Or you be like, nah. But then you're like, oh, but my mama's making her such and such casserole. And you have to be like, I know the way she makes the such and such casserole. And it doesn't fall in line with what I said.
Right.
I'll do it.
And that's the thing.
So do you say, please don't make that, don't include me in that? Or do you be like, it'll be okay. I'll just get back on it after. Ooh. So it's like, all I'm doing now is to tie into the person. Because a lot of times things are used, and they're used to feed our flesh. Yeah. It's feed our flesh to break down our mind so we're lethargic, we're not energetic, and we're not as vigorous as we can be. But the tie of it, of us feeding our flesh, is spiritual. So at what point do we transcend feeding our flesh instead of denying our flesh, which allows us to continue to feed our spirit, because we know man can't live by bread alone.
That's so true. I mean, I look at it like it's a discipline aspect to it. Like, you got to be in God's word. But at the same time, like, you could look at it as discipline, but people don't look at discipline in a light, a good way.
Oh no, discipline's punishment.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people would think.
Punish.
But it's like, you got to reframe it like it's worship. Like, why don't you just reframe it as worship?
We know what Daniel said.
Right.
He said, man, give me a couple, and then we'll look at your men, look at my men, the way I'm eating compared to the way y'all been eating. And we'll see who's the stronger. Mm-hmm. That's what we're talking about.
Right.
Really and truly.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it. If I go down to the little fast food place and let it rip, instead of saying, okay, let me get some fruits and vegetables.
Right. That's right. I mean, that's true.
You're not going to be able to, it's not going to add up.
I mean, that's like with the, like you had brought up the spiritual side of it with your flesh. And like Romans 12, 1 through 2, Paul's talking about where he appeals to you, therefore, brothers, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your spiritual worship. Do not be conformed to the world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind.
Yeah. Do you think you can renew your mind if it's heavy laden with too much fat, too much salt, too much sugar? I mean, let's just
No. I mean, no,
keep it
because
real.
I'm like, just by doing
heavy
like,
metals.
man.
I mean, whatever you want to name.
Like before we had got on this podcast, you know how we talked about like you just can't describe.
Yeah, you can't. You had to be there.
You had to be there.
You had to be there.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing with this.
Yeah.
When you change your diet, like really change it.
Yeah. Change your
And
nutrition.
be consistent. And really, like you were saying, knowing what you're doing. Like even just logging the food and just taking a look at what the nutritional values are.
Yeah.
And seeing where you're at, what your deficit in, changing that, and then understanding like, man, this is a big difference. Like I got my blood work done. Like, cause I went to the rheumatologist like a week or two ago. And, you know, he keeps saying, well, you gotta take the medication for gout flare-ups and stuff like this.
No, you don't.
And I'll be honest with you, I haven't, I'll take it sporadically, but I haven't had to take it.
You don't need to take it.
And when I got my blood work in, I'm telling you, my blood work was better.
Switch it up, man.
My blood pressure, I ain't never seen my blood pressure that low.
I don't.
I mean, I don't mean to say it like that, but I'm just saying, like, usually I see it a certain way, but I'm like, well, why is it like that?
But so let's do this for the people.
And I'm sitting there like, these are like things where it's like, it's reiterating to you, you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, that's good. But let's do this for you. So you said out your own mouth, man, we already know somebody that's weird.
Right.
We'll say it that way.
Right.
So we've already been on the train, right?
Mm-hmm.
So from you, because it's like, well, if we've been on this way, you've been having these issues, what took you so long to figure it out?
Yeah.
Is it just like when the student's ready, the teacher appeal kind of thing? So if we want to say with the, especially connecting it to the spirituality of the temptation, Yah has been ready.
He always ready.
When we say, oh, he's ready, like he's been ready. He's been like we've like, oh, basic instruction before leaving Earth.
Right.
Bible.
Right.
So he already have it written out.
Right.
He's been ready. If you do this,
right.
If you do this, like there's dietary laws.
Yeah.
I mean, there is dietary laws.
Uh-huh.
We were like on a trip. It's like, man, you might as well just ran it over with the car and put it on your plate.
Yeah.
But you're not supposed to eat the blood. So a lot of people will be like, oh, I'm terrorizing, whatever. But then those same people will be like, well, why are your guts jacked?
Right. And that's the thing.
Why do you have high blood pressure? You eat all kind of...
Because you know all kinds of stuff.
You eat all kind of... He point blank said don't eat it. It's like, well, if you stop it, if you just took this out,
let's just say
your pressure would drop 25 points.
Right. Yeah.
But then so it goes back to you like, so you've been knowing me a lot of years.
Right.
And you, out of the years you've known me, I've always been like,
right.
Special. Right?
Yeah. It's the
biblically
triggers,
we've been set apart.
Yeah.
I didn't know it to the level, but it's to label it is set apart.
Yeah.
So we're called to be set apart. The world looks a certain way. You're in Panama City, throwing them back. You wonder why you got problems.
Right.
Doc saying, hey, you need med.
Yeah.
Well, it's a part of the world.
Right.
Get in line with the word.
Right.
You don't have to worry about the world.
Right. That's the thing.
I mean,
that's the thing.
The meals are real.
Right. It really is, man.
But how do we get other people that's not ready? Like you, maybe not ready.
Yeah.
To not even have connected the dots. Not to say that you were sinning. If anything, it would just been like you didn't know. Would you agree to that?
Mm-hmm.
So then, how do we get to the people to the level of exposure to be like, you know, this is connected to this, and you know this is connected to this, and if you just change this and you just switch this up, and it's all right here for you,
right?
Be like, oh man, I can.
I mean, honestly, it's just doing what you're doing. It's being, not to be funny, it's being weird.
Yeah,
it really is, because people look at it differently. But it's like,
you think people come around?
Oh yeah, I think people come around. I think there's a point where it's like, well, let's see if they change.
Oh, you've been waiting
and
on
when
us.
They don't change.
You've been waiting on us.
No. But it's like you know, like those people. Like it's kind of like with weight loss. Oh yeah, January 1st is hit.
Oh, here we go.
You know what I mean? And it's like
we got those people.
But it's the same way with that. It's like,
so you think people waiting on you?
I don't.
Is it possible?
Maybe it could be possible. It could be possible.
People
I don't know.
Like, oh, this is just some fad they're going to.
Yeah, I don't know. It
won't last long.
Oh yeah, but it's like, you know,
by October they'll be done.
But not. Yeah, I think it is like
you
got
to be ready.
Sometimes you got, and that's being ready. It's sticking to your standards.
You got to be ready.
You got to be ready.
When the fall hits, it's game on.
Man.
The game has been
hits, man.
The game has been elevated.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's. But yeah, it's know.
Have you ever been to a birthday party? I said no, thank you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You've done that?
Mm-hmm.
Be prepared, man.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta do now.
Yeah, you gotta.
You don't have to, but
you choose to.
You choose.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, man. So it's like, yeah, your triggers, which is understanding like. That can go a deep level.
There's a lot of files. Man.
That's a deep level for that.
Cultural background, the days you celebrate,
right?
The trips you take.
Yeah.
You know,
status.
The one I use with when I tell my people coaching, like, man, ain't nobody gonna ever tell me that when my grandpa took me to the baseball game when I was young. And got some popcorn, a hot dog, and a soda. He had a hot dog and a beer.
Mm-hmm.
You chase that hot dog the rest of your life, man.
All right. I mean,
no hot dog. No hot dog will taste like that hot dog.
No, never. That's why you're chasing it.
But then you have to be real with yourself and say, why are you chasing it?
Right. And then when you find that out, then you're able to deal with it.
And you have victory in it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, then stick to your standards. Got to stick to the standards. And then, I mean, the last point is more of a spiritual. It's just being more a spiritual strategy to it. Whether it's praying, speaking scripture over cravings, you know.
But I think what's so interesting with some of that stuff is the cravings come because you're malnourished.
That's true.
Because once you start eating,
that's what I've noticed.
Whatever quote unquote.
That's what I've noticed. Like when you eat better,
your body's actually getting stuff.
It's like your body don't have cravings.
It's your body telling it, sending signals like we need this, and then the way you go about achieving it is wrong.
Or you don't even know how to achieve it.
Have you ever ate watermelon? Man?
Oh, I love watermelon.
I mean, in this summer heat.
Oh man, you can't beat it.
He made it
cold watermelon.
He made it a certain way to do a certain thing. You understand?
And the nutritional value involved in that?
And it has a season for this.
Yes.
You understand that?
Yes. There's seasons. There's no, for real. Like there's seasons on what you eat.
And it's
like, why are we eating this in this time when it's not really this time?
Right.
Like,
and that's what I was just being funny about the have you ever ate watermelon? But if you know how hot it is right now.
Oh man.
And the heat didn't do
like you got me wanting to go get a watermelon right now, man.
And if I gave you some cold watermelon, you know what that do for you in your life.
Ooh, man.
But just really with your physiology.
Yeah, man.
With the sodium, potassium, magnesium, the hydration that comes from those, with the water content with the structure that's already naturally occurring in it. And then you want to go drink a soda. You want to go drink an energy drink.
Yeah, man.
And think you're
not.
Like, oh, let's go on this hike. And you're the first one that falls off.
Yeah.
And can't make it. And it's like, well, what happened to the hike? Like, I know what happened.
You didn't even eat your watermelon.
you thought the energy drink was the way to go.
Right. And it's not.
I probably went off on a tangent, but it's like just getting back to the design of things.
Yeah, man. That's what it's just so much easier, man. Like if I go to the grocery store now, it's produce. And if I have to get anything that's in some kind of container, if it has over 5 ingredients and stuff that I cannot understand or know, I'm not getting it. I'm just not getting it, man. I'm just not getting it.
We jokingly say that. I think ourselves like, okay, man, if I want X item, why is X item not the first ingredient?
That is so funny, man.
It's like, it's done.
Sometimes I just get a kick out of it. I'll go pick them up and I'll just see, okay, let's see if this has actually got this first. Yeah. And it's so interesting on some of that stuff. But
so you're complete off your meds now, right?
Yeah.
That's good. Stay off of it.
Get it off of it, man.
You don't need that stuff, man.
Yeah.
Well, I feel good about it, man.
Feel magnificent about it.
People need to make the shift, man.
Yeah, look into it, man. Cravings, convictions.
Cravings and convictions. All right. Till next time.
This is your co-host here, Braxton Matson, and Lee and I just want to say thank you so much for tuning into this episode. We hope you've enjoyed it just as much as we did making it, but we couldn't do it without you. So please hit that like button, leave us a rating, leave us a review. Let us know what topic or subject that you would like us to talk about in your journey from mediocre to magnificent. But most of all, share it. Be the ripple effect of magnificence and know that you are magnificent in everything you do. Till next time.